What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fact versus Fiction. I'm your host, Jax. All right. So for today's video, TMZ did a interview with the culprits at question, Alexis Black. That's the young man that we saw at the gym that was having a conversation with Tish. So I'm gonna go over this video. I can't show you guys the video because it is TMZ, so I'll just have a picture up and then I'll interject here and there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old, and really I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began using hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that information to her about, name change, and it says female on my ID and hormones, and I mean, I'm registered as a female with the gym, so.
And were you at that moment, because she told us about a couple of different encounters, were you fully clothed at that moment?
Well, she has become aggressive with me on 4 different occasions, actually at different locations in Los Angeles at Gold's Gym. But, the clothes, I believe I was enrobed in a towel on one occasion. And this last time I was clothed the entire time. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I apologize if this is too graphic, but I just think it's important.
Let's speak truth, baby.
Okay. Have you fully transitioned?
Be clearer when you say that.
Your genitalia.
That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work. Like, for instance, I sat in a chair and had hair follicles removed from my face for 2 hours yesterday in a process called electrolysis. In order to have that surgery down there, one must have every single hair done that. In order to do that, it would take we'll just say a year or two to have that done. It's literally not even a possibility with where I am.
All right. So, I mean, depending on where he's at during his transition, I guess he just recently started doing it earlier this year. He's making it seem like to have this surgery can take, days or years, depending on your circumstances. And yes, it does depend on the circumstances if you're saving up enough money. So in that aspect, yeah, it would take a little while for you to have that transition. And I'm pretty sure it's just one surgery that you're having, depending, I don't know, if there's complications, and there are complications that do happen in the process where you have to keep going back because it's not a natural thing.
My transition.
So look, from her perspective, I'm just wondering if you see her perspective. She's saying that she's looking at you, say, in a towel, and you still have male genitalia, and you may be transitioning, but could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do.
What do you mean you don't understand it? You want to classify being a woman, but yet you can't understand her being uncomfortable? My guy, you have a whole sling slong. You got a whole meat stick. You got a whole meat stick, regardless if you're fully clothed, but she was naked. Of course she's going to be uncomfortable. Why wouldn't? She's vulnerable, the most vulnerable you can be. How could you not understand that? Something about that doesn't make sense. You in a compromising position. Somebody can force themselves onto you, but yeah, you're not seeing the disconnect. You're not seeing the connection of why she would feel uncomfortable, why there were other females in that gym that may feel uncomfortable, but they were too afraid to say something because you are a man trying to cosplay as a woman, but yet you want to be classified as a woman. Do you not have any same emotions? Okay.
The notion of the fear mongering that she's perpetuating. The truth in the moment is far from what she is purporting it to be. Literally every time that she's done that, I've had women in the locker room comforting me because of how aggressive she was towards me.
So she was saying, why don't they have a third bathroom? Especially the gym you're talking about at the Beverly Center. That's been recently built. They had a layout that they could have adjusted and they could have put a third locker room in. Do you think that would have been appropriate, or do you feel like you are as entitled to use the women's locker room just as Tish is?
You know, that's a great question. I'm glad that she said it, that you have put it on the air. And the answer is that would necessitate two different ones, because some people trans MTF, some people go FTM. And so that's two rooms right there. You're not going to put a trans woman with a trans man just because we're trans. That seems like a whole new.
I mean, why would you not do that? Wouldn't that make sense? Why would you not do that if you're all trans? I mean, you feel comfortable enough to go into women's spaces and you're still a man. You still got your whole meat stick intact and you going around in women's spaces. So, I mean, again, like I said in the last video, yeah, there aren't enough trans people in order for this to be a whole thing. But, at the same time, it would make women feel more comfortable going into their respected bathrooms and locker rooms, and it would make men feel more comfortable going, they're able to go into their respected locker rooms and bathrooms. And I know there are trans men who don't feel comfortable going into either bathroom. So, I mean, the fact that you would rather go into a female's locker room, a female's bathroom specifically, rather than going to a trans bathroom, that's a little weird. That's a little sus. That's a little, what's going on here?
Envelope of discrimination, but yeah, it's just like, I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's like it's a thing where
no, it didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen in order for people to learn about trans people. It doesn't have to happen. There's been plenty of instances where this has happened already. Too many times. Too many times it's happened. It's happened in the athletic world with Leah Thompson, Kai Allums, Chris Moser, Chelsea Wolf. It's happened. They go into the opposite sex, whatever they transitioned as, they go into that locker room instead of going into the locker room they were born as.
We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years. There's like 10 species of animals on Earth that do this too, just by the way, everybody. And
10 species of animals. Just because animals can naturally do it does not mean we humans naturally do it. Those animals that can naturally do it are doing it out of survival. It's instinctive that they do that. We are humans. We are not naturally going, hey, I'm going to grow a uterus and then inseminate myself and have a kid. Because we are two different, male, female. We're two different sexes. We're not doing that to survive. Just because a dog eats shit, that means we gotta eat shit now too? Just because a dog go around sniffing booty holes to know, who's who, we gotta go around sniffing booty holes now too? No.
But about the bathroom, am I entitled to it? I know that I'm a woman. Should they have built another one to necessitate building this room? People would have to have the level of comfortability within themselves that I do. Not everyone possesses this much feminine power. It doesn't happen. Not in this patriarchal system of which we've been living for so long.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. That's the end of that video, that interview. If you see the interview, the way this man is like looking into the camera and is smiling and just cheesing and kind of giggling, it is crazy. But the way that this person is just smiling, and like I said in the last video, something is off about this dude, and it's not good. I strongly believe he a predator. I strongly believe this man is a predator, because this ain't normal behavior. I mean, obviously not. It's not normal to, have gender dysphoria, but something's wrong with this man. And, his in his past life, his dead name, he was Gavin Freeman, and apparently Gavin ended up catching a DV charge in Ohio some time ago. So I don't know what that was all about. I'm just putting that out there because that might make a little bit more sense. So, all right. So this was filed in 2021, February 4th, 2021, state of Ohio versus Grant Freeman. Yep, for DV. I don't know if he was convicted or what have you. I don't know what happened, but interesting. Guys, let me know what you think of this video. You know what to do. Hit the like button, comment down below, share with your friends and family, do all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And guess what? If you're not there, then you are square. So until next time, peace.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off.